friend of a friend told me about this, so I decided to give it a try. I bought a Quant Cap, and I started receiving on a weekly basis some sounds, frequencies based on what was in disharmony with my system. And I did that for several weeks, actually, and really noticed, in fact, even the first time I used it, it resonated with me. You know, it is a genius, it's a sound, but it did resonate with me. So after some time, I decided I would buy the program because I really wanted it to be a part of my life on a regular basis. A year ago or so, I was having this shooting pain in the back of my head, and it went on for at least a week. I went to the dentist who took x-rays because I thought I had a tooth problem and there was nothing. And he said I should go to a neurologist. So I looked on Google and I found the similar symptoms. I used the Genius to create a library for trigeminal neuralgia. And so I had this library. I listened to it on my Genius all night long, very quietly. And in the morning it was gone. And it never came back. And what's interesting is it was for a week, night and day, all the time. So it wasn't an accident that it disappeared. I was delighted.
Right. I think after Betsy became proficient in it, she started sharing more and more information about it. And I found that it was very interesting. And also she was having good results. So I thought, you know, this is something that I'd like to try. And then once I tried it, I really got hooked on it. I really felt like I could see the results.
Well, the other thing is I got a little tired of doing his sounds all the time. So I got his own program for him. So he has his own iPad and his own program. So he takes care of himself.
Well, in the beginning, I was using it for a particular purpose. You know, like once I identified a problem, I actually identified a problem at my physician's office. A particular blood vessel was like too big. And so I put that into the bucket. Where do you put it? Into the bucket? So that I was listening to it every night. And after listening to it for probably a month or so, I was retested and it went back into normal. So the blood cell became the right size. So it was a huge improvement, and you know, for me, it was like, this is great. And now what's the next thing, you know? And so I started looking for other issues that might come up. And they come up sometimes, you know, when you do run the program. And if I identified something, then I put it in the tray, and then I listened to it for 30 minutes. And then every week I changed the voice recording so that I would get the more up-to-date needs of the body, and then I would listen to the sounds.
You know, it's so great because it just gives you information about yourself. It's not a diagnostic tool, but it is a really good, you know, just gives you a sense about what's happening either that day or that week, and you can take it from there.
Right. And if I get stuck on something, I go to my practitioner and I ask her, well, how can I improve this?
It's such a wide range because it really has, you know, its scope is so broad. I mean, body, mind, spirit, it just has so much potential. But I find that right now in this day and age, especially in the US, there's a lot of emotional, you know, stuff, and it affects people on so many levels. Sleep is another area that I find that people are having some challenges with, and I think that Genius is wonderful for both of those.